In this video, I want to show you how the harness should fit on your dog's body. And hopefully you've watched the videos that precede this on how to make the strap adjustments to both the girth and the neck. And then we want to show you how it should fit on the body and how to adjust it to get it to be nice and snug. Then you can go back to some of those videos if you need to figure out how to make some more minute adjustments and how to store the webbing. So here is the DUO DIRCT harness, and this has the ring on the chest plate. And so I've made the adjustment to fit this guy, and I'm just going to show you how it should overall fit on the body. So I'm just going to gently slide it over the head, pull it through, and where I want it to sit is on the base of the neck. I don't want it to be riding up close to the neck. It should be sitting on the base. I'm gonna lock these guys in, and again, I've already sized these, so they should be fitting pretty well. Okay, so there you have the DIRCT harness laying on the body appropriately. I know it's a black dog and this is black, so it might be a little bit difficult to see, but bear with me. So take a look at these straps here that help do the cinching. Make sure they're flat. Make sure there's no twists in them. You can get a twist in the webbing and it'll still work completely fine. But in general, I try and every time I put the harness on, just try and make sure those are laying nice and flat. If you do get a twist, you can spend a little bit of time to kind of straighten them out. But again, even if there is a twist, it'll work just fine. Okay, so there's a few different ways to use this harness. The first one, obviously, if it's sized correctly, you can use as a standard harness with this back clip. Sometimes after you've used the front clip, your dog might stop pulling. They might be learning the process of not pulling and loose leash walking, sorry. And you can just clip here on the back and it should be fine, no problem. So let's say you want to use the front clip to help them stop being reactive or deter pulling a little bit. This is how I recommend setting the system up. So instead of just attaching it to the front ring and running, what I tend to do is I tend to hold the base of the harness with one hand like this, so you can see I'm kind of putting pressure on the base of the harness. Let me move this here so you might see a little bit better. So I'm going to put pressure on the base of the harness, and then with the other hand I'm just going to pull it. Oops, sorry, it's shaking a little bit there. But now you can see that the harness has kind of come together and it's real snug. It's nice and snug. It won't choke your dog. It isn't able to actually constrict so much that it'll choke. It just gets snug. So now you've got this little tail here, and you can let that kind of hang to the side this way. So then I attach the leash here, and this is what really helps deter the pulling, is this action here on the front ring. So the other thing you can do is, this is a great setup for if you like to switch between the top and the front ring. So if you like to do like dog parks or off-leash running, you go to a park, it's fenced in and they can run around, or if they have great recall and you can call them back and you want to use the harness as a traditional harness, you absolutely can do that. What I would suggest then is sizing this so when you use this front ring and it's cinched down, there's only maybe an inch or two of this webbing loose. That way this isn't flopping around and hitting their body and stuff like that. It's just nice and contained, but it still gives you that cinch. Now, if you're using this harness as just a walking harness, they're never going to be off leash. It's just to train them to be more obedient and to not pull. You can leave you can leave a lot of room. You can have this be extremely long and it can wrap all the way around. So it's up to you. If you have extra slack and you want this kind of ring and tail here, if you want it to be longer, that's absolutely fine. It's up to you. I tend to use it in this shorter format because sometimes I'll switch between the back and the front. But again, if you have a lot of excess webbing, when you pull on this ring and there's a huge long tail, that's totally fine. It'll work great. And that actually is a great setup if you're just using the harness as a walking harness. So that's how you're going to size, or how the DUO DIRCT harness should fit on your pup.